Bill Clinton. This is from before your times, but his legacy has relevance. Clinton gave a speech where he confessed, this is after his 8 years, and he gave a speech where he confessed, quote,
anytime somebody said in my presidency, if you don't do this, people would think you were weak. I've always asked the same question for 8 years. Can we kill him tomorrow? If we can kill him tomorrow, then we're not weak, and we might be wise enough to try to find an alternative way.
It's too obvious to even need to say, one should think, but let's say it anyway. Can we eat tomorrow? If we can eat tomorrow, then we're not hungry. Can we pray tomorrow? If we can pray tomorrow, then we're not sinners. Can I be slutty today? If I can't be slutty today, then I'm not Bill Clinton. Zing! That Clinton should ask such a question for 8 years. That should be self-evident. Can we do the hard but necessary, the unpopular but urgent thing at all, ever? No. And this he called wisdom. The Emancipation Proclamation, Civil War, Abraham Lincoln, did not free the slaves. It freed some slaves, or more precisely, enslaved people. Well, that was pretty shoddy of Lincoln, don't you think? Not freeing all the enslaved people? Frankly, yes. But, you see, that's politics. And politics is the art of the possible. Sometimes you have to allow injustice to continue for what you believe to be the greater good. Lincoln, a politician, understood his times and made his deal with the devil. A couple more years of slavery in the border states. That's the real world, not perfect, flawed. It doesn't allow perfect adherence to idealism. If you can't handle the dirt, you can't do the job. So, again, George Bush, another figure from history. Bush and illegal immigration. You probably don't remember. The big issue was the war. But there was another big problem, that was the illegalism. So Bush raced around appeasing the unforgivably corrupt Mexican politicos, ignoring their egregious, vile, cynical, government-sponsored invasion of the United States by Mexico's unwanted population. Mexico didn't want them. So George Bush, Mr. Protect America. But he wasn't. Was he an idiot? A traitor? A tool of big business or big lefty? Well, somehow he thought it was for the greater good. What is the greater good that Biden is thinking about in this mass migration like caribou into the United States? And his, frankly, literally open borders. Literally millions, 6 million reportedly, new, fresh, illegal migrants. 6 million. That is more than the population of 30 American states. We've got a new state. Biden's greater good is not some loyalty to American citizens or sovereignty or the Constitution. I don't question the motives of Lincoln or Bush. I know the motives of Biden. It's hard to put into words, though. The result, regardless of his intention, the result is disloyalty to American interests. So, with Clinton, a policy that constantly disguises its cowardice as wisdom by chirping an obviously vapid formula, do it tomorrow, so unthinking, so obviously wrong-headed, so easy to refute. It's almost incomprehensible. Clinton was a smart guy. How is it possible to be so stupid? I'll paraphrase something I've said elsewhere. Lefties aren't lacking in conscience. It's values that are the problem, the angst they emote. It's quite impressive about how bad America is. Such a conscience. Here's the reasoning. 9/11 happened because America deserved it. What with all this exploiting and oppression we enjoy inflicting. So the Islamists were right, and we are evil. And Israel deserves their own murders because they stole Palestine and are Jews, so they're evil, and the Islamists are right. End paraphrase. And so deserves to have their school children murdered. and their discos and buses and trains and marketplaces and Boston marathons and parades bombed. They deserve to be bombed because they're evil. They're all evil. The only ones who aren't evil are the Islamists. They act for good reasons. Everybody on the planet has been evil to them. That, I believe, is the reductio ad absurdum logic of the liberals. The deeper we look into it, the less we respect the Islamists and their sympathizers, their enablers and apologists in the West. Now, again, college campuses, the hatred. In the 60s, they were wrong, foolish, stupid, immature, but not evil. Anti-Semitism is evil. There's very, very little Islamophobia. There is, however, a revulsion of Islamists who are terrorists. Well, same thing. It's not Islamophobia. It's Islamo-repugnance. It's not fear. It's nausea at the vileness of that sect of Islam. I just had a very one-sided correspondence with somebody who left a comment saying I didn't get it at all and I was wrong and I was uninformed and I was ignorant about Islam. I'm not talking about Islam. I'm talking about Islamism. As I have said here, Islam is just some religion. Big deal. I got no problem with Mormons or Jews or Hindus, Buddhists. They're just religions. It's not my business what their tenets are, as long as they don't murder. You start to murder, then you bring such infamy upon what you profess to believe that it's going to smear. It's like the Westboro Baptist Church, the God hates fags people. They've kind of dwindled with the Alzheimer and possibly death by now of their cult leader. But man, oh man, they're not Christians. I would be pleased to say that Islamists are not Muslims. Is there anything that would disqualify you from the name of being a decent Muslim? If there is, then it should be applied to the Islamists, the terrorists. Well, anything that excuses evil, not just acts in an evil way, but excuses it. This idea of moral equivalence, of excusing and enabling, it's like enabling the child molester. No, you don't apologize, you don't excuse. I'm of a school, when it's egregious, kill them. Kill them. There are offenses that should have automatic death penalty. Not vigilante, but death penalty. Period. Can we kill him tomorrow? No, as it turns out. Look how long it took to kill Osama. Osama, right? Not Obama, Osama. Yeah, I got that right. Is there some cute little motto we can breathe into Clinton's ear or Biden's that might express a more pragmatic and responsible policy for that and this putative leader when dealing with viruses and child murderers and blood enemies? Some little motto we might come up with? How about this? Never put off killing until tomorrow the monster you can kill today. Because some things need killing now.